Train CFU,
Da.
share on page, train CFU, go live. Ok. YouTube radi. Facebook radi.
Dobro, dajmo
Zoom.
Zoom.
Izvoli. Znači moraš participant pa admit sve.
Dobro, admit.
Malo sam dalje od klinika.
Čekaj, kako ide kamera?
Aj sad.
Malo je prazno. Eto. Moraš reći da je svi 4-6.
I would kindly ask everyone to mute their microphones until we start, please. We apologize for a little bit delay. The Windows had done his update automatically. We couldn't affect on it, so I apologize for the few minutes delay.
Recimo neka upale video slika.
Kad stisni zvučnik dole pa ja čekaj pa ja samo. Znači od Windowsa. Desno od Windowsa. To je to. Ne to.
Da mikrofon desno.
To. Ne desno,
Aha,
samo
misliš da?
lijevo.
Aha. Je dosta do kraja.
Samo da tu mi čujemo.
Imaš kosan u čokoladici. Možeš i ovo Ivana. Ako želiš. Recimo nek se upale na video da ih vidiš. Šta da plahost? Tebi pustiš ovu pusti.
Onda je se spojio. Sada većin se to. Zato stoji.
Idemo se prije.
Ne morate šaptat, mutirala sam mikrofon. Ne morate šaptat, mutiran sam.
Video nek si otvore, a mikrofon ne diraju.
Pa dobro,
Neki su.
pa ne mogu svi, znaš, možda imaju loše onak, ne znam.
Neki nemaju mikrofon, baš nema. ti ne moraš njima govoriti da oni mutaju. Ako ti njih želiš mutati, imaš tu dole, vidiš.
Aha, sve.
Nije to.
Da.
Dobro, da, bravo. 52 da sad.
Ne stoji.
Ja sam sad pozvao i kaže škole da nisu dobili ništa, ja sam sad posebio od mora 9, pa se neće se ubirati problem. Mislim da početi.
A vaša zavijest
Nisam ja ta koja vodi. Ja sam samo tehnički support.
Ako ti Eva,
Eva i
ne treba poslati poruku Evi da krenemo, a da će nacivača pošet ćemo ovdje unutra još budu.
da, pa znam.
Na 57.
Ne, ljudi se pozdravljaju jedni druge.
A pogledaj,
Da.
to je traži vremenu. To je realno.
Šta se znači? Ja mislim da mi je sjetno da ne mogu gledati. Hoćeš pamet česti slična samo na participacija?
Ma da, samo da kliknem ponovo na chat, znam to, da.
Ja ne bi postoje poručnika krene. Što je ti?
Rekli smo prvi 10 minuta, pa dobro što ima veze, ali mislim,
Ako ne ste četvrtom još.
da.
Još 4 minute. Četvrta.
A?
Četvrta budete živjeti da
Da.
A sad živite u njegu.
Da završimo prije nego pošlo problem. Održao sam, ne to je da nije bilo.
Dear all, welcome to our e-training. The first person who will have his presentation is Stefan from, as a lead partner from EPECA. Stefan, you have the honor to start. Что? Я позвал ты.
Pojačano sam ništa. Ovdje. Jeste snimali strelicu pokraj mikrofona. Ne tu, na Zoomu. Na Zoomu. Tu gdje gasiš mikrofon, samo strelicu. Ništa. Ti si se na to možda ima račava. Čekaj, ne znam kako se odreći to. Ne može biti bolje.
Odgovaram partnerima. Može.
Aha, ti si ko host.
Mora vam dati dozvolu.
Hoću, daću ti čim se registriraš.
A ti si registrirao?
Da. Čim klikneš na link, čim klikneš na Zoom link, si dobio link za Zoom. Da. Kad budeš gore, ja ću te dati da si co-host.
Evo ti gostim se.
Što, toliko imamo slabe mikrofone?
Nije to mikrofon, to je zvučnik, a sad da li do naših i do njegovih, do naših je
Do naših. Da.
A ne mogu pojačati.
Jamboard is really easy to use. I will share my screen now just to somewhere in this area. Because of there is so many people, we have 4 sheets, so you can move across here, but there is no space in sheet number 1. So now I give you one.
Dobro, jesi prihvatio, bile su 2 osobe u waiting roomu.
Mogu ja njih puštiti, ali nisam vidio.
Dobro, možda si ih tamo pustio kad sam ja vidjela i meni je javio.
Recording in progress.
Što ste još ovdje?
I see that the jam work is already filling up, so keep up the good work. You have, let's say, 30%
Zato što se zadnji spojili. Sad kad je ona počela pričat, je ona malo pošla. I ona, koliko se skuži, ona daje podatke. I čeka da ljudi naprave.
Ja bi tako rado snimila ekran, ali
Print screen. Na tekonu.
print screen, ali i di ga onda mogu prebaciti?
Otvoriš Paint ili nešto tako.
Mogu i Word, da?
Pa ja ne znam još. Nisam siguran za Word, ali i Ctrl-V.
Oče. Ok. Ste vi vidjeli sada da sam ja otvorila Word?
Ne.
Dobro. Ok.
it's saying that you are curious. So I'm really happy about that. Since I will leave the floor to Mikhail from Stolipeko, another partner, that will lead you on with this event.
Why do we do what we do? Entrepreneurship is an important factor to decrease youth unemployment. Implementing circular economy leads to innovation and job creation. Generally, there are little education sources and possibilities for younger generation to learn about circular economy, food supply chains, business models, entrepreneurship, cooperatives. Trains Food Project offers to make a change. We empower young people with innovative specialized competences in those fields, fostering greener and sustainable business mindsets via open learning platform and our new e-course. Module 1, Circular Economy, Business Models and Food Supply Chain. In our first module, we teach about the circular economy and business models within it. Circular economy is all about reducing, alternatively reusing, recycling, and recovering materials in production, distribution, and consumption processes. Those solutions are applied to the food supply chain, our global and everyday challenge, contributing to lowering greenhouse gas emissions, enhance suppliers' profits, consumers' well-being, and less food waste. Module 2, Social Entrepreneurship and Co-ops Theory. partnership growth started. Through this module, the application of the business models is specified and adopted. Practical activities, ways to implement business models correctly, setting up businesses or social cooperatives become reality. Bundle of methodologies for generating ideas, their application, needed documents, advice on legal issues, business plan creation. Plus, focus on market research, how to add value, commercialization and financial management, eco-labels, and much more. Yes, we are providing you with entrepreneurship and cooperative skill sets and mindsets, enabling students to create efficient cooperative solutions and business models in the field of circular economy and food supply chains. But the added value of our work and co-creation of the sustainable future we all want is you, dear student. Therefore, we are welcoming and thanking you to be a part of our journey towards making greener socio-economic impact. We are sharing and implementing this knowledge, connecting like-minded.
Thank you very much. So I hope you all get a really big insight on our work and what is yet to come in this 4 days that we will be spending together. But now first we would like to check how much you really know about the topics that we will be presented. So I would again put something in the chat and would kindly ask everyone to make a few minutes. We will give you 10 minutes to slowly read through this survey and answer it. The survey is anonymous, so please make sure your answers are true and take your time. Thank you.
Sreća, pa to možemo samo mi vidjeti. Mi idemo live, jel da, Ivane? Jeste provjerili negdje na YouTube ili tako?
Stisni samo ove tri točkice more, pa vidjet ćeš da ti piše, ne vidiš.
Aha, piše stop live stream, dobro. Jer ja sam sad pogledala tu, šta se dešava? Ja nisam čula. Gledala sam streamove ili ne. Šta se dešava?
Evo nam je javila se i sve to drama, evo to lošu vodi.
Da, ali šta se dešava sad?
Dala je neki zadatak u 10 minuta.
Aha, okej.
Taj zadatak je
U chatu je. Moraš ti imati to tako, znaš, oni moraju biti aktivni, inače će se uspavati i neće niš znati. Da meni je...
neki stranci ili su ona...
Imamo, znači imaš Španjolce sa Cipra, iz Malte, Austrije, Slovenije, neki ovi naši studenti iz Turske su se priključili, tako da ima, znaš, nisu naši, ima ih odasvuda. Ali od 100 i nešto koji su se registrirali, ovo je meni malo. Znači da njih 30 se nije uopće uključilo.
To ti se vidi na live streamu.
What?
Zato što ti OBS streama tvoj screen.
Mhm. Okay.
Bilo dobro da ti držiš samo
Okay, I see you are doing very, very good. So we will take another 4 minutes, let's say, for everyone else to complete their certificate. Call me, and then we will move on with the module overview.
Ivane, mi ćemo onda sutra...
Leaving the stage to you again.
Ivane, ili ja imam opciju da ja njih sve na početku mutiram i onda jednog po jednog odmutiravam ono koje treba?
Tako je. Oni mogu sami sebe odmutirati, ali ti imaš mogućnost da ih mutiraš sve ili odmutiraš sve. Ali da si sad sigurno da imaš mogućnost da odmutiraš jednog po jednog. Ali postoji mogućnosti da imaš ono kad su participant pa da stisneš na mikrofon.
Da, i mislim da imam tu opciju, sestra, da.
Mogu više njih komunicirati. Kad ih ona sve mutira, onda on sam sebe može mutirati.
Mislim da, ali nisam to siguran, mislim da.
Može kad, vidi kad sad kliknem na tu recimo, mute,
Da.
znaš. To ću si staviti reminder da kažem njima sutra da idemo tako na opciju, na tu opciju da se ovo ne dešava.
Mislim da čak ti postavka na meeting da možeš podesiti kad se oni spoje da se automatski mutiraju.
Da, imam tu postavku. Da, ima ta postavka u settingsima, ali nisam znala, znaš, onda nisam to htjela napraviti zato što nisam znala da li mi daju onda opciju da ih jedno po jedno mogu, kad neko hoće nešto reći, odmutirati, znaš. Ali to sam si sad zapisala pa ću vidjeti sa partnerima da to napravimo sutra. Poslije sam se sjetila, možda si treba reći svoje supruzi i Tihani da se registriraju ispod do 24 godine. Tako da, znaš, i bez ekrana. Ja sam Tina registrirala do 24 godine. Šta pa? Šta je bilo? Neko se ubacio. Zašto ne mogu ovdje na ova dva? Ovdje ne mogu ne mogu na mute staviti, znaš. Vidiš, ne može, vidiš. Aha, ne vidiš ti šta ja radim, jel? Vidim, da, vidiš, ne da mi. Da. Ne vidim te. Čekaj ovako. Vidiš, tebe mi pokaže. Mute. Vidiš, ovdje ništa. Ali nemam je nigdje, znaš, nju mogu čuti. To. Ili ovo. View. Exit full screen.
Može. Ajde, digni Chrome. Stisni YouTube. Ovaj stream je dobro.
Radi.
Radi.
Šta misliš da ne radi?
Gledaj, valja na YouTube, pa stoji samo ono što smo ja i ti prije radili. Možda je to video što smo mi izgledavali prije. Aj, vrati ti Zoom full screen.
Evo, meni je sad u 3:32 mi je javio 1 hour ago. Radi, dobro.
Onda daš onaj video što smo ja i ti izgledavali.
Šta imamo 5 minuta pauzu?
Pa ne znam, nisam iskušao.
Da, imamo 5 minuta pauzu. Okej. Ajde.
Ja ih puštam, mislim da imam njih 64.
Da, super. Ja isto neke puštam koje ulaze i izlaze. Kažem, ja ih puštam neke koje ulaze i izlaze.
Are here or ready, or do we need to wait a bit?
Damian, can you please put your presentation on a full screen? Thank you. Možda bi mogli sutra neke malo veće zvučnike donijeti. Znaš šta bi ja napravila? Ja bi pitala Evu da mi pošalje linkove, da mi pošalje sve mailove ovih kojima je poslala u Hrvatskoj, a koji se eventualno nisu prijavili, pa da im podsjetimo da sutra da iskomuniciramo da nam se prijave.
Na naše vrijeme ovo je 50-60 to naše konferencijske razgovore nas je dođe. Ovo je mislim sam nema šanse.
Znaš šta, trebam imati, znaš, malo me frka zato što ja sad u ovom trenutku imamo 61 osobu.
Koliko trebaš, koliko je bio očekivano?
50 bi trebali imati ciljane skupine, znaš.
Ok, ovo ću ti reći da danas, s obzirom na COVID, na ovo sve, nema šanse da se niko prigovori na ovo.
Da, ali ovo je baš zbog COVID-a ovakav rizik. Treba imati...
Ja znam ja na konferenciji Himosova. Znači, ljudi zbog i4.
Pitanje je želi da drama ovim učitelji sva. Znači, isto je da nas bude spremno studenti koji što uvijek iz Malke, ono se recimo sad bude možda 5-6.
Dobar, ti možeš vidjeti na YouTube šta se vidi trenutno? Je li meni nužno neophodna kamera?
Ja to gledam na mobitelu.
Aj sam please vidi. I ti možeš vidjeti Roberta ako hoćeš na Fejsu. Imaš ti nemaš Face, ok. Aj ti onda jedan nek vidi YouTube, jedan, u stvari čekaj pa vidjet ću ja ovdje na svom YouTube kanalu, Bože mili. Dam da kasnije, samo me zanima, znaš,
Njega se prenosi. Sad bi on kao vodi sliku rekao, znači može on 32 slajda kasnije.
Ti gledaš
Na YouTube vodi diži training, CV, C, training.
hoću da ti pošaljem link. Evo ti na evo ti WhatsApp link za za YouTube. Evo, poslala sam ti na... Da, zato što Face ide direktno sa Zooma, ide vjerojatno s druge platforme, a Zoom nam ne dopušta, nažalost, jedno i drugo. Da. Brže nego YouTube, zato što YouTube ide nešto mora kasniti, znaš, ne može jedno i drugo biti. Smeta mi što ne mogu ne čujem ništa.
to se ti čuješ, ne? I kuda se još tiš?
To sam dobar.
Možemo, ne znam kako, dok dođe Ivan, ne znam kako bi mogla spojiti onaj zvučnik, znaš. Sutra ću ga zamoliti da...
Pa mislim, znaš što su tete.
Da.
Ovo si sad od njega do tebe, jel?
Da, ja ne čujem, ja ništa ne čujem, kužiš?
Moramo
Da.
izgovoriti na 5 sekundi.
A jedino dano
Sastanak neki jači.
moj telefon se ne sad smanjio.
Ja ću lijepo uzeti na Zoom, sastanak jači. Pričaš te kruga, ćemo pričati. Ali ćemo podesiti zvučnik i sve to.
Da. Da, čuje se sve ok, ja ne čujem ništa, ja onak se zojim.
Nešto naravno mi se...
Ovo sam drvo, ma ne, ovo drvo, pa... Okej, imam
Svijet dan, sjetimo, gledamo vidiš.
on je uključen.
Možda trebamo paliti.
to the raw materials involved in industrial and commercial processes and nutrients.
Ja doslovno ništa ne čujem, totalno se borim sa...
Kako se sad to... Ja mislim da je problem što on nije spojen tu dole.
Možda da.
Da se vidi.
Can you samo admit, please? Na view.
with circular economy.
To su ti mali.
Circular economy shows several advantages such as
Bilo je na
avo-
projektu.
Da, sad sam i ja skužila da je automatski stavio na projektor.
such as
Dosta.
avoidance
Odlično.
and reduction of business
Hvala ti.
risks, preservation of value, increasing
To je meni
and
napravio
growing the
sa
number
neki
of,
dan Sony
new
kad si mi
jobs.
dao, znaš, da prebacim na veliki
Reducing
ekran,
the
automatski je
effect of
ekranu
climate
dodijelio
change.
audio, kužiš, i onda dok sam
And
skužila, i
it
uopće mi nije palo na pamet da je to
advantages.
napravio i tu.
This is our current model where the greatest value is added when we make our product. Shown here by the examples of the car, mobile phone and clothing. As seen on the right, the point is that we are not getting the full value from our resources. Marked green, we have a lot of possibilities to reuse materials, to make some parts or do the recycling process, and there are still options how to improve our processes. It is envisaged the more and more jobs will be created with the circular economy. Actual employment in circular economy activity in 2008 and 2012 and potential, and we see the potential employment to 2030 based on the current path of development. So there is a huge potential in job creation in the future. What are main principles of the circular economy? So these are 4 principles of the circular economy. Circular economy follows equation: waste is food, building resilience through diversity, using the energy from renewable resources, and we should think in the system. Let me explain these 4 principles in the following slides. We have here an example of the principle waste equals food, and this principle considers the continuous cycle of materials and products. A material or product that is no longer used should not become waste, but part of the new cycle of use. Natural system, for example, birds eat berries. Bird droppings contains berry seeds. So birds dropping also serve as the food, as a fertilizer for the seeds to grow into the plants, and bird waste is food for berry plants. For example, in the man-made system, for example, if I drink wine from a bottle and when the bottle is empty, I throw it in the bottle bank. So the bottle is crushed and then melted and formed into a new glass or into a new glass bottle. And the waste of the bottle thus becomes the input for the new glass bottles. So in the next example in this principle, we build resilience through diversity because diverse systems with many different components.
Sutra ću ja doneti onaj svoj gigabox, pa onda da se možemo svi i meni. Da. Mene jedino zanima da li ja mogu se spojiti na svom laptopu.
And this is especially true when the components of the system respond differently to change and disruption. It is then unlikely that a particular disturbance will pose the same risk to all components at once. And for example, one natural system could be exemplified easily with the jungle, and the man-made system could be represented by organic farm with mixed crops, not just one crop, but a variety of different crops and foods and so on. This third example of these four principles use energy from renewable resources. For example, the sun is one of the most important sources of renewable energy, driving wind power, tidal power, and plant growth and diverted directly from sunlight. But it is not only one. The other source is geothermal energy generated deep within the earth. And an example of natural system could be a green plant. Sunlight converts CO2 and water into sugars by photosynthesis. And the example of a man-made system could be a solar cell. Sunlight is converted, in this case, into electricity. In the example 4, we should think in a system. Natural system, for example, is food chain. If one species goes extinct, it can affect other species because they are independently connected in complex ways. An example of man-made system are unexpected effects. We have energy saving light bulbs now. We feel good about them because they save electricity, but on the other hand, now we use bulbs in places that were not lit before. For example, we're now using lights in the gardens and so on. And as a result, we are not saving as much electricity as we expected.
I moramo nekako, Eva me je molila da nekako popišem sudionike, znaš, koji su, ali mislim da Zoom ima nekakvu opciju da on sačuva koje sve, da.
because of the
Da.
shape.
Da,
Represents
kako se zove, ali možda sutra kad budemo imali bolju vezu, znaš kad ja donesem ovaj homebox, 45 minuta on ima slajd, ali nisu, lijepo je napravio slajdove, ali nije dosadan je, mora biti dinamičan.
Manufacturing at the top of the generation and landfill at the bottom. In the circular economy,
On bi trebao biti gotov.
are used, but not
Znači kasnili smo 10 minuta,
by
to je
applying sustainable strategy to
10
products,
minuta smo
components, and
kasnili,
materials
znači
that
on
will
bi
be used after
u
the
17:10
end
treba
of life
završiti.
cycle.
Znači ima sad,
Resources are kept in
da ima onda još
within the
15 minuta evaluation of module and plan for
circular,
Tuesday. Na,
system.
neko drugi. 15
Technical
minuta, evo.
and biological nutrients, we call them nutrients, but this could be inputs in the production process, or materials are retained in continuous loop. The circular flow of these nutrients is represented by the loops either on the both sides. Green for biological and blue for technical nutrients. Biological materials can be
Jel neko,
safely
Roberte,
returned to
jel
the
meni, ja čim
biosphere
otvorim
and
ovo,
add
meni se to
values
prenosi na
to the
ekranu live.
environment.
Kužiš, vidit ćeš
Once
šta
they have
pišemo.
gone through one of more used cycles.
Ovaj,
And
ne
these
znam kako da
materials
ga
include
požurim,
natural
kužiš.
fibers and bio-based materials,
Ne, sad ću ja
for
poslat
example,
Nadi.
wood. Technical materials cannot be returned to the biosphere. These materials should be continuously cycled through the system so that their value can be recaptured. And these materials include plastics, metals, synthetic chemicals, and we can explore this butter diagram in detail in publication of Ellen MacArthur. This butterfly diagram is the backbone of this presentation of circular economy, and it's very representative. For example, here is some homework. You may find two examples of businesses that are going circular on the websites. Give, for example, one sentence description and indicate which part of the butterfly diagram they belong to, and provide, for example, a link to a website or a video if possible. So this is self-assignment.
Ti znaš da možeš na kraju izvući popis koji su udjelovao, jel? Si to radio već?
We will review basics of the circular business models. What is a business model?
Invite.
A business model is company's core strategy for operating profitability.
Imam message, invite, mute all, strelica, ask to unmute participants, allow, play sound, enable waiting room, lock meeting.
Sell, target markets, and any expected expenses.
Da, to ulazi unutra.
Of business model are pricing and of course cost. You may also look for other definitions of the business model. You can look up, for example, Wikipedia or search other sources. What is the general definition of a business model? What is the economic impact of shifting to the new economic model? The circular economy has gained traction from both business and government officials. Their imaginations are filled by the possibility of gradually decoupling economic growth
Jesam,
from the use of
jesam, ali
new
treba bi ti
resources,
možda slikat, kužiš, jer ja svaki put kad to napravim, skinem si ekran i oni će vidjeti.
creating more robust jobs.
To jedino na YouTube-u se to vidi, jel da? Na
As
Zoomu,
we
na
move to the
Facebooku se
circular
ne vidi.
economy, the
Da.
effects will be
Na
felt
YouTube se vidi, da.
throughout society. And these are several potential macroeconomic benefits of moving to circular economy, such as economic growth and
Da, ali
material
mislim da sam ja
cost
tamo vidjela u
savings.
settingsima da on ima opciju
Another
da,
economic
kako se zove, da,
benefits are
da ti
shown in
pokaže,
job
znaš,
creation
nemoj niš dirat
potential.
sad.
Circular economy
da.
points to positive employment
Poslije ćemo
effects
vidjeti.
that are largely due to increased spending fueled by lower prices, higher quality, recycling activities and higher skilled jobs in manufacturing. Besides, replacement of linear products and systems within circular ones is an enormous creative opportunity.
A moguće da on negdje to...
Circular economy is all about value chains
Da.
and ecosystem.
Ne znam, ne
And
ono
in this,
Mislim
we
da
can
sam-
see that
Mislim
there
da
is
sam
no
negdje vidjela,
single
znaš, u postavkama,
enterprise
u
in
onome,
the entire
u
economy.
onome, u opcijama, znaš, plaćenim,
they
da
are
ti
all
negdje
connected.
da, znaš, da ono,
So we have greatest impact to have the greatest
eksport,
impact
tako je,
on
tako je,
businesses
da.
much
Ali mislim
more
da bi i ova plaćena verzija to
together.
mogla imat,
All
znaš,
supply,
trebala imat u
chain.
biti.
In linking between originations, sometimes we need to switch between value chains. We stay within the same value chain. For example, aluminum drinking cans can be collected to be recycled to new drinking cans. Or we can link different value chains. For example, the waste of one industry can be used as a resource for another. So we have different approaches and links between organizations.
Sviđa mi se način na koji radi prezentaciju. Jesi skužio? Znači, njemu tekst je sa strane, sa slajda.
Very different angles of innovative.
Zato što je neko komentirao da su slajdovi presitni, ali očigledno ne kuži da je tekst sa desne strane.
Follows value chain of the product and it's limited to one product line. For example, this jeans on the left. Mixed value chains of different products. On the other side, we have companies. They are closely linked. And they can work together by exchanging resources.
Pa da, ali on ne zna, ako mu je to PowerPoint prezentacija, u PowerPointu treba staviti full screen i to je to, kužiš ono, one slide screen, kužiš, ne kužiš.
Kalundborg industrial region in Denmark, for example.
Asistenti su sastavljali.
There are three main types of players in the circular economy. One is product businesses. These are companies with hardware or physical products that aims to evolve from traditional linear model to circular business models. For example, examples are Adidas, Philips, Volvo, and in the solution among solution providers. These are specifically focused on a single stage to help type A companies to transit to circular economy. For example, some resellers of refurbished products or some recyclers and so on. And then we have facilitators, solution providers with a specific focus on a single stage to help type A companies, organizations that provide services for supporting the whole ecosystem or a single part of the value chain. For example, these are some government platforms and so on. All these players create circular impact. For example, here is this on the left is type A player. It is an alternative business model to subscribe on a bike service. This company tries to minimize the impact of its own products, controls life cycle. Broken bikes, for example, are repaired instantly or replaced, and the company has strong incentives to create durable bikes that are easy to repair. Protics, traditional business model with circular procurement. This company, for example, sells protein and ingredients in a bulk to be used in a food production, and it takes food waste and breeds black fly larvae to provide circular raw materials for downstream companies and helps companies to get rid of food waste. And for example, Type C example is company that it's seen as a material bank. The company offers a data passport from materials in the buildings industry, aims to support transition in the building industry from linear to circular by letting users identify value potential throughout the building cycle. While there is the model, while three of the models are more focused on the production, that means circular inputs, product use, extension, and resource recovery. The other two, that means sharing platforms and products as a service, target consumption and the relationship between the product and the consumer. And essentially, the models cover the full value chain of circularity. The business models of the product life extension intends to extend to the life cycle of a product to ensure it remains economically useful through remanufacturing, repairing, upgrading, and remanufacturing materials that otherwise would be eliminated from the life cycle is maintained or even improved by extending the lifespan of the product for a long it is not so not as long as possible. Companies can keep materials out of the landfill and discover new resources or revenues. This is the principles. And once the product has reached the end of its use, the task of resource recovery is to return the embedded materials or energy to the production cycle, thus closing the loop of the product from procurement to use it and back to procurement. And because recovery creates products of value that uses wasted and improved material. The main features of the resource recovery is to reduce the amount of waste generated and to get a maximum added value from discarded products. The circular supplies is another business model based on supplying purely renewable, recyclable and biodegradable resource input that underpin a circular production and consumption system. And through it, companies replaces linear resources approaches and phase out the use of scarce resources while cutting waste and removing inefficiencies. And this model is most powerful for companies dealing with scarce commodities or ones with a major environmental footprint. The product as a service business model provides an alternative to the traditional model of buy and own. Products are used by one or many customers through lease and pay for use arrangements. And this model would be attractive for companies who produces whose products costs of operations share is high and that have scale advantage related to their customers in maintenance of the product. The sharing platforms business model promotes platforms for collaboration among products users, either individuals or organizations. Circular design strategies follow the whole product system. It is important that we design product or service by considering a complete life cycle. A very important tool is here is a life cycle assessment that evaluates the system from cradle to cradle. And sustainable product design, so-called, we call it eco-design, uses these different strategies. For example, following the use phase, we shall consider making products that can last a lifetime. Ideally, the use phase should be as long as possible. But very few businesses are doing this because of conflict with the revenue and profit target. Next, the best thing is to extend a life cycle by offering options to reuse products by finding new users or making sure to offer repair options. Examples are Repello model 16 repairable bike and Skanska Norway for reusable concrete decks. Again, very few businesses are taking this phase seriously. Gradually, some companies switch to a service model where they remain the owners of products and remain responsible for the return and recycling. As an example, this company on the top is approaching with baggage processes. Can be seen in a backflow. They have one product backflow. It is a scalable modular and innovative concept that integrates the complete journey of one bag, for example. And another example is Dove, which is dealing with mattresses for recycling for these mattresses. In the first attempt to approach circular economy, companies often start in a phase take and make. These good starts for creating the products with 80% recycled materials that end up on the landfill. But this is not we see here an example of paper-based alternative to plastic and bricks from the construction waste. When there are no more options, the products are disposed of. Not many companies actively addresses this last stage, but there are options that the waste from one industry can often be used as a source for another company or another as a new raw material. Here's an example of biodegradable mushroom packaging out of Syria. Of course, a circular economy also has some bottlenecks, and there are still plenty room for improvement of the production system. Here are some bottlenecks of the circular economy. One is that the single-use items, ignoring waste, etc., are often too convenient for consumers and companies to go for alternatives. There are trust issues, for example. Collaboration in the value chain means sharing data and products. Most companies are reluctant to do so. And most clients and consumers are not willing to pay extra for products just because they are circular. There are friction for change, switching to a new business model, a new contacts, etc. will take some time and energy, and in many industries the tech or processes are not ready to create enough profit or cost savings to justify investment. These are successful first movers, but many companies lack the good blueprint to follow their path. So these are some bottlenecks, and in this I will thank you for listening me, and I hope that I could present this basics on circular economy and circular economy concept.
Niš ne čujem, završio je.
And I thank you very much.
Thank you, Damian, for this really interesting in-depth lecture. Now for all the participants, I would like to ask you to think about this lecture, the lecture overview from the module from the e-module 1 that Michael done before, and also a bit of the video that you were shown at the beginning. And now I would like to ask you, with this in mind, to have 5 minutes for another questionnaire that will be in chat right now. So there are a few statements from totally disagree to totally agree on how you perceive this e-module. Bear in mind that this e-module will be done completely electronically once finished. This is just a pre-testing phase of what will contain. So yeah, now I will give you 5 minutes to complete the questionnaire in the chat, and then we will take additional few minutes for Maria from IAD, another partner, that will present you the work to be done for tomorrow. So you will be asked to do a little brainstorming before we see each other tomorrow again. Because we also started a few minutes later than expected, so that's why a little bit prolongation. Thank you.
Molim?
Ćeš ti morati objavljivati? Opet imamo zadatak neki?
Da. Evaluacija.
Prezentira.
Kako mi ne vidim to?
Ti mora biti da ne vidim telefonu.
Ja ne vidim ništa.
U chatu.
U chatu ja.
Klikni na chat. From Eva Žunec meter to everyone. Okay.
Ja to rješavam da to ne znam.
Ma riješi, trebali bi svi riješiti. Čisto da daš nekakav feedback. Ivane, znaš što ćemo provjeriti? Sad kad završi grupni sastanak, provjerit ćemo samo jel ja mogu ući u Zoom i nešto raditi preko svog laptopa, znaš? Mogu, bez obzira što ovdje live. Zato što onda mogu preko svog laptopa otići na chat i to sve pa mi...
Moraš na laptopu se logirati. Nego se javiti laptopu.
Da se logiram na laptopu, jel da? To sam i mislila, razmišljala sam o tome. Ali
Logiraš se kao
gost.
Samo se ne logiraš na laptopu i neće ti se...
Aha, super. Da, ok, odlično.
Samo ćeš se pojaviti ovdje kao sudionik.
Okay, let's say 2 more minutes, please.
Dobro, onda možemo možda napraviti sutra da ti budeš host ili...
Sutra ću ja te organizirati sastanak, samo da ispravimo tehnički sve.
Dobro, ali...
Prije podne organiziramo sastanak, tehnički ispravimo sve i
Da.
Samo nas dvoje, treba ti puno više.
Da. Dobro, mi sutra u 10, ja moram organizirati sastanak da vidimo evaluaciju za danas, mi kao partneri i sve, šta je bilo i sve, pa bilo bi
Poslije toga ćemo.
Da.
Žao se rekao u petak smo si imali, da idemo isprobati, možda idemo igrati se, da vidimo što sve u cijeli.
Ako vam bude zdravo, možemo vraćati to, ja sam kao pisano si još.
Dobro.
Ako mu sam da nam sposobno razbušiti, ja da tomu.
Da,
To je tehnički pitanje, to ja nisam baš.
U tom slučaju.
Oni nisu još rekli.
Da, još su pisali da se drugi
Koliko imamo komisije?
Ako upišu svi koji su sad na domu javili, imat ćemo 137 od 325.
I'm still waiting for some of the participants, so whoever has not done it yet, please do it. And with that in mind, I think we can ask Maria to present us what to do tomorrow.
Hi everyone, I will do the presentation today. I'm Margaret Colling.
Then
Okay,
the
hi
floor is
everyone.
yours.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Anastasia. I am with the Institute of Entrepreneurship and Development in Cyprus. And I will make a brief presentation on the activities that will take place at tomorrow's meeting. Generally, our goal is to help to guide you and support you to develop your own business idea. So in order to achieve this and to make the process more efficient and hopefully more fun for you, we have a small task for you for tomorrow. So basically, what you need to do for tomorrow, Tuesday, is for everyone to think of a business idea. This could be anything, but of course it should be related to the circular economy and food supply chain that was mentioned earlier. If you find it difficult, you can do a quick Google search to get inspiration to come up with your own idea. If this is still difficult for you, you can bring an idea that you found and you believe it's interesting. So together we can try to develop it even more. So that's okay. And next, we will split in randomly into groups. And once you have gathered all the ideas, you will be asked to vote for the idea that you found more interesting. We will record all the ideas with the help of an online tool that we will present to you in detail tomorrow. So once we come up with a business idea that we found more interesting, we will all work together to develop this idea and try to make it more sustainable. Of course, for each team will have an instructor who will be there to help and guide you, so feel free to ask questions if you're facing any difficulty during the process or about something that you don't understand, maybe. I don't know, do you have any questions about the process? Something to make it more clear? Okay, great. Now I have a short video. It's a 2-minute video, so I will set my screen. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
This is the story of Beth, her friend Carl, and an idea they believed could become a great business. It's the story of how they succeeded. If you're an entrepreneur or anyone with a great idea, then it's your story too. Let's begin at the beginning. See, even if you have a great idea, success is far from assured. That's because for every great idea that has shaped our world, there are thousands of seemingly great ideas that have flopped. In order to succeed, A great business idea needs a great business model, and they're not the same thing. Once your idea meets the world, you will meet customers. They don't care about the problem your idea solves for them. It's game over. Customers love your value proposition. You can fail if your business model is not scalable and financially sustainable. You need to find reliable channels to reach and acquire your customers. You'll need to build an infrastructure that won't collapse as your business begins to grow. Failing to do just one of these things can be death to your business, however great your idea is. That's why the first world is certain. That's this world of challenges, allowing you to explore it, manage it, and plan it. What if there was a tool that could help you with this challenge, simply and visually? A tool that makes it easier to stress test your ideas, track your progress, and avoid breaking the bank along the way. What if it was possible to design and test business models in a way that gives your idea a better shot at rising to the level of the great businesses that are shaping our world? It is, and though the journey for these guys, and for you, won't be a walk in the park, all you'll need is your creativity, willingness to work, and passion for your idea. Give you the rest.
Okay.
So, you took my masterclass and learned to make egg toast really good. Delicious. That's
Okay, this was the video.
I to opisuju oni, nisam više siguran da to opisuju oni vrhunski i top, nego to sad
Can you hear me now?
ne znam šta će sa životom.
Yes.
Ne znam šta bi sasvim.
Okay.
Prije su ono to...
So this is your task for tomorrow. I hope everything is clear, and I'm sure that you will come up with great ideas.
Okay, thank you, Anastasia. So with this in mind, we are letting you go for today and see you tomorrow. I will be resending the links for joining in a few hours before the start of the training for Tuesday. And until then, I wish you a nice rest of the day and see you tomorrow.
Okay, can I say just a little thing? Please don't be afraid of the task tomorrow. It will be very interesting, and please don't bail on us because it would be very funny. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moraš im reći,
Thank you.
moraš im malo reći da se ne isprepadaju.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Nisam ni kritičan, znaš, u tebi želim biti kritičan.
Thank you.
Ne znam šta mi rekao, ja sam bio
Eva, should I stop live stream?
Yes, please.
Stop live stream. Ivane, kako možemo staviti, kako možemo live stream? Ne mogu, moramo ostati još malo s njima.
live stream si ugasila na Facebooku, a na YouTube moraš u OBS-u, digniti OBS i stisni stop.
Recording stopped.
Stisni video sigurno.
Ok, dobro.
I digni kron. Ili to.
Dobro.
Stop.